The Luck Stops Here podcast is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Underdog Fantasy is the easiest place to play fantasy sports. It's also the fastest growing fantasy app in the industry. Whether and right now it's obviously pick'em game time, and we're gonna I'll be giving out a lineup later. And if you're watching live, you're gonna watch live here. Hop in the chat, and you could pick the sport I pick for this one. How about that? I do college basketball, I'll do NBA, I'll do PGA, whatever. Even if I don't even know anything about it, I will attempt it because I am here for you. I love it because the app makes it so easy to use. You can also do private drafts with your friends. Football season, believe it or not, is going to be ramping up real soon with Best Ball Mania. We have a chance to win millions of dollars in prizes. So sign up today with promo code LSH and get your first deposit doubled up to $100 as well as an instant pick'em special. Visit underdogfantasy.com or find them in the App Store. And don't forget to register with my promo code LSH to get your first deposit doubled up to $100 as well as an instant pick'em special. Must be 18 or over and present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-522-4700 or visit www.ncpgambling.org. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. That's right, mybookie.ag. Use our promo code Bowser for a deposit bonus of 100% up to, I think, $1,000. You might want to check me on that. And then you get a free $10 casino chip. And one of the best things about MyBookie is, like, I've been a long-time customer of theirs for years. And, dude, they just hook you up with so many free plays. So once you get that money in there and get it going, they will just keep giving you free money to play with. So I strongly recommend getting over there and getting in on it. And the Sports Gambling Podcast guys will be doing a live blackjack stream in their online casino Sunday night. So you want to get in on that. That's mybookie.ag, promo code Bowser. Oh, yeah. The lounge is lizarding. We are. This is a fucking good one. This is a banger. Is that what the kids are saying now? Banger? This is a banger of an episode tonight. And you know what? I just totally butchered the opening. So welcome, everybody, to the Luck Stops Here podcast. I'm your host, Scott Bowser. I didn't hit record on the audio side. So that's going to start a little weird. And I'm going to have to do the ad read, re-record that for that now. So look at me. I'm a real asshole. But we got a good guest this week. And I got so much to go through. I'm just going to bring them out right now, because this is going to be a fun one. Everybody, fresh off his trip from Ireland, Mr. Bryan Cook. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, good, man. How are you?
How was the motherland?
It was killer. It's a little stressful being in Dublin before Christmas because it's just full of shitheads, but at least they're Irish shitheads, so it's a little more tolerable. But man, like you gotta, like, I was only in Ireland for a few days, in Dublin for a few days, but you have to have like backup plan after backup plan because everything is just packed to the gills.
Oh, I can imagine. Like some of those pubs are like 400 years old, or like you have these.
Yeah. And there's the super famous ones that are always going to be full of idiots, but even just like every little neighborhood spot, every little around the corner spot is still just like a line around the block at the holidays.
I feel like that's something we don't appreciate enough in the States, is how over in Europe, like, dude, there's like full on like bars Napoleon drink at or whatever,
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Like,
It's pretty insane.
There's some
every other bar in LA claims Bukowski drank there before he went home and kicked his wife in the stomach or whatever. But yeah, over there it's like dead conquering heroes.
Well, next time you're out here, last time you were here and we hung out, I took you to the place where OJ got arrested.
Yeah.
And next time I'll take you to the wine bar where he used to do his fantasy drafts.
Oh yeah. I remember you talking about that place. I love it. Where was the bar that made Andy Wood puke?
That was Frankie's Tiki Room over on Dude, yeah, that place rules, man.
Yeah, it's a great bar.
And I found another tiki kind of it's more of a pirate bar, but over in downtown actually, and they got like a cannon out front and shit. It's pretty cool. Me and Sean Green went there one night, and
oh, nice.
We had a pretty good time. Yeah. So
hell yeah,
dude. So okay, I got a fun one for us here, and so I just wanted to say real quick before we really get into the good stuff. I got this letter. I have a renter's insurance policy for my condo, And I wasn't going to renew it this year. I was just like, and then I forgot I had it on an auto pay. I just went through anyway. I was like, fuck it. And I realized I had another policy that like through another thing. So I'm like, I'm double covered on this place now. And I got a good amount of studio equipment in here and whatnot. So it's not the worst idea. But Liberty Mutual Insurance, it's like, first off, fuck insurance companies, right? There's a reason why
it's horrible.
Luigi is such a hero to the world right now. Like any level of insurance is bullshit, health especially. But like, my car insurance out here is insane because it's a bunch of fucking idiots fucking getting drunk driving everywhere from out of state.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
And, people come here and fucking fuck it up for locals with the insurance rates. And I also realize every other fucking billboard here is an injury lawyer. So that's not helping insurance rates.
Interesting. Okay.
That's my conspiracy theory on that one. But no, so I got this the 2025 Liberty Mutual annual meeting proxy card where I guess I get to vote on their board of directors shit here. And
that's not for being like a shareholder. That's just for having a policy.
It's nominees or some proposal, but yeah, it's for policy holders, right? And so here's the thing: is the proposals? I don't know exactly what they're even saying on it, but it just says the board of directors recommends a vote for all nominees and proposal 2. So I immediately voted against. There's a box against all and against proposal 2. So I'm doing the exact opposite of what the board of directors of an insurance company wants me to do.
Excellent.
I feel like anybody in this situation should do the same, and I wanted to bring a little awareness to that right
now. All right. I don't understand at all how the fuck that works, but I'll tell you, the CEO of whatever United Health getting gunned down feels like small potatoes of what's about to happen to the CEOs of every homeowner's insurance covered Altadena and the Palisades. They're
fire insurance.
The hit list better be long.
Oh man, it's going to be brutal.
Here's open.
All right, so this morning I actually had to drive around, run some errands, and I guess you're going to like this. I was listening to the local oldie station, and they play a lot of great music, right? But it's so funny because it's owned by this crazy right-wing reactionary guy.
Okay.
So they'll play this like block of like awesome like throwback anti-Vietnam protest songs and all this stuff, and then the guy will come on and be like, you know what we need to do? We need to bomb the shit out of everybody. It's just like
totally.
It's hilarious. The mixed messaging going on like between the music and the hosts is hilarious. So a little while back, they hired the Poorman. I don't know if you're familiar with the Poorman.
No.
He was a legend on K-Rock back in like the 80s, early 90s. Okay. And he was just this stoner guy, right? And thank you to Sean Green for pointing this out to me, that anytime they say someone's out there, that's just old guy speak for saying they smoke weed. That's
okay.
All, that's all that is. Oh man, this guy's out there, dude.
He's got some crazy ideas.
Dude, you don't know what's going on in that brain. And so I realized when the guys kept saying like, poor man's coming to our station soon and he's out there. And then like now I realized, I'm like, oh, that's what that means. Because like I was listening to him today and like his idea of being out there is like, hey, I got a call from a guy in Downey. And I asked because I put a poll out. Who's the best female vocalist of all time? And this guy in Downey, California responded with Karen Carpenter. So I'm going to play the Carpenters later. It's like, oh, wow, this guy's so edgy and controversial. Oh, my God, rein him in. Like, and it'll be like, I'm looking for a good Chinese restaurant. This is my poor man impression. I don't know if it's any. If there's a good Chinese restaurant out there, please let me know. I'm at Poor Man. And dude, he has the poor line and it's straight up just like his cell phone number that he gives out on here.
He's just looking for friends.
Oh, dude, he wants friends so bad. I should honestly probably try and get him on this show. Like, it would probably be a lot of fun. Because I was a fan of his back in the day. And like when Stussy was really getting big in the early 90s, he came out with stupid shirts that were like parody Stussy shirts. And I love those because I thought those kids were weenies. And
sure.
So what I did, turns out I went to go see, he was doing an event at my local mall, right? And for the clothing line. And I went down to go meet him. And then it turns out one of his like clothing rep, like business manager or whatever, was my mom's childhood friend.
Okay.
She hit me, and then she's like, dude, come down. Here's the fucking warehouse or whatever down in Garden Grove or whatever. And we drove down there, and I got to pick out everything I wanted, just clean the place out. It was fucking awesome.
Of what? What did like
it was
just
like
all this swag?
T-shirts, yeah, hats, and it all said stupid and said like the Susie like style writing. Yeah. So,
I like to think that this guy's looking for Chinese restaurants, and his name is Poorman because he's just like, I just anyone that has a good 2-for-1 lunch special, man, just hit me up. You know the number. Things are not going well, dude.
If you know a buffet that doesn't mind if I throw some in a bag and take it to go home.
You know a buffet where I could also sleep there for a couple hours. Hit up Poorman, dude. Anyway, here's Lita Ford.
Dude, yeah, no, I mean, it's pretty funny though, but it's like, and like there's the news radio, like the news breaks that they have on there, it's all Fox News. So it'll just be like, excuse me while I kiss the sky. Breaking Fox News report. We need to kill all trans people.
Sure. Yeah, they loved and understood everything except the message about
the message
60s of rock and roll.
Yeah,
all along the Watchtower, we're looking for fucking Mexicans coming over the border. No, man, that's all right. They just like guitar solos. It turns out boomers are.
Maybe Sweet Home Alabama is spot on for them.
Right. Yeah.
That's about it. Okay, so dude, I thought of something the other day, and I don't think I've ever really told anyone except a few friends back in the day when it was happening. And then I told my girlfriend this the other day. I was like, "Hey, have I ever told you a story?" And she's like, "No." And I'm like, "Okay, this is perfect for me to tell Brian because I want to know if you've done anything like this too because it's one of the more devious things I've ever done." But growing up in Whittier, California, I used to go to Slam Dunk Sports Bar. It was a walking distance from my mom's house. Go almost fucking every night, right, for a while there. And you have bar friends, right? Like there's people that like certain bars you go to and you have friends that you only see at this bar. You're bros when you're there, but your lives do not exist outside the bar.
Sure.
And so I became like, I had a few bar buddies there and I had becoming friendly with this guy, Larry, really nice guy. But for some reason, our friendship was built on a lie. And I don't know exactly how it happened, but he thought I was friends with this guy, Gino.
Okay.
I had no idea who the fuck Gino was. And so for like, this went on for like about 5-6 years where every time he'd see me, he'd be like, "Hey, how's Gino doing?" I'm like, "Oh man, he's doing that. Did you see him the other day?" "Oh yeah." And like, I would pretend I knew this guy. And like, and I did, like, seriously, this went on for like 5-6 years. I mean, seeing this guy at the bar at least like 2-3 times a week on, especially during football season. And like, he would like, dude, and like, I finally asked my friend, I was like, "Dude, this guy always asks me about this guy Gino," and I just play along because he's really nice and I like talking to him.
Right.
But I'm like, I have no idea who the fuck this guy is.
And did it ever come to a head, or you ever like, I gotta?
No. And so every time I never got caught, dude. Dude, all it had to happen is Gino be there once with me and him.
Right.
Hey, look who it is. And he's like, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
How concerned was this guy with fucking Gino? Like, he sees you 3 times a week, and he needs to check in on Gino every time.
He would always ask.
Turns out Gino was dying of lymphoma. That's why. Dude, he's fucking gone, dude.
One time he comes up to me, he's like all excited. "You know what I saw the other day?" And I'm like, I
bet it was fucking Gino.
It's like, Gino, man. It's like, yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
But it turns out this guy was like a tattoo artist. So anytime I would ask one of my friends that like or tell them about the situation, they'd go, "Oh, Gino's the guy that does the tats." And so then I had a little bit more info that I could kind of, and I was like, so like one day he's like, "Hey, your Gino sold the shop?" I'm like, "Oh man, he's probably getting tired of inking up those, those muscle guys or, just like," and dude, I did this for years. Like, it was just this weird thing. And I felt like I should share this on the show and tell everyone, if you're out there, I'm sorry. I never fucking,
Man, I wish that had a better ending. I wish he'd been like, "You hear about Gino and he was, dead." And then you're like stuck at a guy's funeral. That'd be some real fucking George Costanza shit. Is that then it ends with you have to go to his funeral. You're like, "You better say something." Gino would want you to go up there and say a few words. You're like, ah.
I'm like, dude, the funniest thing too is like, "Oh, you're about Gino?" Let's just say his next neighborhood, he's going to have to go around and introduce himself to the neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, you get to his funeral and he's being buried in a clan robe. You're like, oh.
Oops. Yeah, just a full-on cross burning.
Yeah, you going to Gino's this weekend? I guess. Well, you dodged a bullet, it sounds like.
I'm guessing though that you have never done something like this yourself.
No, I mean, I don't think specifically. You know, there's always people that you know that you like play along with some fucking dumb thing that they think they remember about you or whatever. But no, I don't think I remember like a specific dude that I pretended to know as an acquaintance of somebody else's
for half a decade.
Yeah, no, not for any length of time.
I mean, you got to give me credit for my commitment to the bit on this one.
Absolutely. I mean, I would have done the same thing. Yeah, sure, Gino, whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
was the guy cool?
Yeah, super cool. You buy me beers and stuff. Yeah, like
well, you're a friend of Gino's, you're a friend of mine.
Yeah, dude, you always have a pitcher, pour you one. So it's like,
yeah,
I'm gonna go over there and get a free glass. I'm not a fucking idiot.
Maybe you're like, you know how sometimes there's like a family will find out that they thought they had a cat, but like it's an outdoor cat, and a few other families have also been that same cat.
Yeah.
There's like 3 dudes you kind of look like who this guy sees in his life. He's like, there he is. It's Mike. He's a friend of Gino's. And it's like there's fucking 7 other Bowsers out there that he's just assuming are the same guy.
Oh God, that would be horrible for society if there was more than one of me out there. Like, I would not.
Yeah, agreed. Yeah, for sure.
You know how many extra NSA agents they'd have to hire to monitor? Oh my God.
Well, it's more people for Musk to fire.
Yeah, no, that's good. Yeah, because we should do that. We should always have a guy who like rails fucking ketamine, like his fucking. Yeah, let's have him handle old. I think it's funny now that I think Elon is now kind of forcing it to where like boomers now have to learn about ketamine.
Yeah. I love that it's forced a bunch of fucking right-wing boomer dipshits to like be way into a autistic D&D kid who never got enough attention in high school. Like it's fucking crazy. They're like, yeah, that's our dude. That's our fucking guy. We like this. He's good.
The funniest thing about all this shit is like how like you guys won. You beat the libs. You got everything you want. And personally, I'm not a fan of liberals myself. So I get it.
Sure.
I get why they hate them so much. I'm fucking like, you don't have to fucking sell me on that point of it. But it's funny that it's like you guys won. You're getting everything you want right now. Like they came in with the wrecking ball just like you wanted. You're getting everything you wanted, and they are more pissed off than ever. Because it's like, no, but you're supposed to like us. You're supposed to think cool. You don't like our jokes. You're too woke because you don't like our jokes. It's just like, they're not fucking funny, dude.
Yeah, you're dorks.
You're just like fucking nerds.
You're not counterculture anymore. You got to be the bad guy for 4 years, and now it's like, well, you won, and you just are fucking losers.
You're the guys that fucking narked on me for smoking cigs in high school. Fuck you.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, dude, like,
no, it's embarrassing.
But
they just have to pretend they like whoever he pretends he likes until he stops.
It's funny.
It's so like cute.
Well, you saw that thing with the Kid Rock recently, right?
I'm not sure specifically.
Oh, dude. So he was performing at a show. God, I forget who it was for. It was somebody's birthday. It was like, I want to say like the guy, like drummer for Biohazard. It wasn't Biohazard.
Oh, when he's like, if you don't clap, I'll leave, that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he threw a little bitch fit on stage.
Like, dude, he's doing a fucking show for his friend's birthday too, or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's at a small venue in Nashville. And it's like, dude, it's like even that should be Kid Rock's crowd, right? Like,
oh yeah, you think so?
You think he'd do well in Nashville, and it's like, no, they didn't.
Owns a bar there.
Yeah, and so like, yeah, dude, like, dude, the fact that like even your base doesn't like your shit, dude. Like,
yeah, or whoever was. That's the other thing though, is now that like, it sucks bad enough that I don't give a fuck about this particular circumstance because fuck Kid Rock, but that you always have to be like, well, someone's filming this, and that's really what that's about. Is like he's. Under other conditions, you're like, well, I'm at a birthday party. People aren't really paying attention. I'm trying to like get up here and lead a fucking sing along or whatever he was doing. And they weren't really going for it. You would just kind of go, well, all right, fuck this. And go on with your life. But now it's like in the back of his head, he knows 200 people at least have their phone out filming him fucking bombing instead of it just like, I think you and I have talked about this before. of like how great it is that social media and cell phone cameras weren't everywhere when we were starting stand up.
Oh God,
it's like,
dude.
Imagine getting to bomb anonymously for years. What a dream that is.
Your first few months too of doing stand up, and it's just some idiot going, "This guy sucks." It's like, yeah, no one's good this early. Like,
right. Yeah. But now it's like this Kid Rock's bombing, fucking singing at a party. Like, also, Bud, you've popped up and sang at a party too many times in Nashville. Like, no one's gonna be like, "Wow, Kid Rock!" Like, of course. Yeah. Some fucking dipshit's birthday, who's also a right-wing asshole, I'm sure, has a birthday party. Like, no one's like thrilled. They're like waiting for exactly that, for you to like,
bro, you're
say
not
something stupid, right? No one's like, wow,
dude, you're not Bob Seger, dude. No one's gonna give a shit,
right? Unless you fuck up. Like, all you can do to go viral at that point is the wrong thing, and it's kind of beautiful for a guy like him.
For him, dude, like the smart move would be just flat out like him do like a Wu-Tang cover or something. And that would go viral where people are like, that's kind of cool, actually, you know? Like,
sure, yeah.
But you would never have that much awareness to do something, you know, like
blowing in the wind. I mean, that's the thing, is because of like his background, he probably does love a bunch of like, he probably loves Bridge Over Troubled Water and all that kind of like folky.
Well, and like, I was I still am, but a huge Beastie Boys fan growing up. And I used to get their magazine that they did for a while, Grand Royal, from their record label.
Yeah.
And I remember it was like the second or third issue, because they only did them like once a year kind of thing. It was like the second or third issue, they did a big feature on Kid Rock. And this is before his renaissance, right?
Right,
this is just basically like, remember when he was like a flat top white boy rapper opening up for Ice Cube and stuff? And it was, and they basically did this really good, like, satirical interview with him. Like, I forget who did the interview, but it was like, they just let him be an asshole. And they did like an 8-page fucking, you know, they printed like 8 pages of this thing. And it was amazing how delusional he was, and just how, but then it was like crazy. He was like, yeah, I'm going to mix rap and rock in a way none of these other fucking, I mean, he's basically trashing the Beastie Boys in their own magazine. And it was very funny of, you know, like, they had a good sense of humor about it, but it's kind of hilarious. And then he ends up having this explosion a couple years later. I want to say this came out in 95. So he was like 3 years
before or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just insane. God. He's such a douchebag. Such a douchebag.
Well, I mean, it's just like Musk. It's just hilarious that like right wingers who they don't like his music. There's no way. Like, by and large, a guy like in his 60s or whatever, who's got a big old MAGA flag in front of his house, he doesn't like in his soul Kid Rock's music. He fucking hates it. Maybe he likes the Sweet Home Alabama / Werewolves ripoff. Well, you know, and that's like, it.
I'm old enough to remember when these same pricks fucking freaked out about the Dixie Chicks.
Sure.
You know, and it's like
music they should have loved.
Yeah,
and that's why they were upset.
Yeah, exactly. And then you had like around the same time you had Alan Jackson going, "Let's burn the Middle East oil fields with all our military might, because we remember 9/11."
Yeah. Yeah, it's fucking crazy. Like, I get that it's, you know, they love Toby Keith, whether he was political or not. Like, that's music those guys are gonna fucking dig. But Kid Rock's just dog shit music that people are only pretending to like because they think it like owns the libs, and it's like, well, okay. Take it away. Have fun. And we don't have that, I don't think, on the left. Like, I can't think of an artist on the left that's like, we have to pretend we like, who's actually dog shit just because they like stick it to the right. Like, I don't. Lefties in general would just be like, oh yeah, I don't really care for the music of fucking whoever that would be.
Well, it's like when
if it was like Rita Wilson, Tom Hanks' wife, right? Have you ever heard her music? It's like the worst imaginable shit. You gotta look it up. It's so fucking bad. But if like Rita Wilson came out and was like, yeah, fuck Trump, people would be like, well, no, I agree with that, but I'm not going to listen to your dog shit Christmas album.
I'm not going to pretend you're any good. By the way, I loved you in autofocus.
Yeah, exactly. You got to watch some of her, like, oh God, dude, it's dreadful.
I do got to check that out. Because like, now I get where Chet gets it from. The delusional thinking you're a musician.
Yeah, 100%.
Comes from the mom.
Although that's his stepmom, isn't it?
No, that's his mom.
That's his mom?
Yeah.
I can never keep it all straight.
Okay, Colin's the one he had before their marriage, and then the rest of the kids are with her.
Okay, got it. I'm gonna tell you a story. Whatever, who gives a shit? So I get my haircut at this place in Silver Lake. Well, it used to be in a different spot, but the same guys. And Colin Hanks used to go in there. I don't know if he still does or not, and get his haircut. And because he lived in like Los Feliz, he was just up the street. And it's like, it's a cool little.
Yeah, I would see him around when I was in that area sometimes.
Yeah,
I really see him.
So, Colin, everybody says is a good guy, and he was in there one time, and so he started bringing his dad in to get his haircut there. They would have like father-son haircuts because they like give you a beer and it's a fun hang, right? And he was in there. He called once. He was like, "Hey, I need free appointments for next week." And it was him, his dad, and the other brother who's like, no, the other one. There's a guy who's like, no one knows who the fuck. He's not in Hollywood.
He's like the Osborne kid that didn't go on the show. No,
well, but he's the youngest too, so I think he was like in college maybe at the time that this story took place. And so it's Colin and the youngest brother are in there, and the youngest brother is like, my barber told me this. The youngest brother is like, "Oh, hey man, this place is really cool." Like it was the first time he'd been there. He's like, "We should bring Chet here," and Colin just goes, "We're not fucking bringing Chet here." I wish they had, honestly. I would have loved a little FaceTime with Chaz. Chaz Hayes? Chet Hayes?
Chet, yeah.
Where are we going with that?
Chet.
He's cast in something. I just saw he's like in something.
I watched him on the last season of The Surreal Life, and he ended up banging Jose Canseco's daughter. Okay.
Well, when I said I heard he's in something, it wasn't Jose Canseco's daughter, but he's like, there's an upcoming. I'm gonna look this up because I remember it being something that I actually like gave a shit about watching. Hold on.
I just actually hit my soundboard and it's David Cross.
Before I die, I'm gonna fuck me a fish.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, dude. I mean, that's an interesting family, Rita Wilson, really.
Yeah.
Dude,
oh, dude, he's been in a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, he has. And he has like a music career too.
That.
Yeah.
Well, I know look, my favorite thing about him is his insistence that it's okay to do like a Jamaican patois accent.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the funniest fucking thing. No, he was in 24 episodes of a show called Empire that I never watched. That's not what I was looking at.
Oh, I wonder if
that's where I didn't know he acted a bunch. Yeah, you think?
24 episodes. That's a solid.
Oh, well, he's got an upcoming project with your boy Rob Schneider, so that's cool. Things are going
awesome.
Yeah,
I love Rob Schneider. He's a lot of fun. He's really funny. The whole
obviously
you can do it. I have a but Earl Skakel.
I know the name. I don't think I've ever met him.
He's a friend of mine, friend of the show. He's been on the pod before. Dude, he opens for Rob on the road.
Okay. I've probably seen him a couple dozen times.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't say he doesn't really open on the road. He really opens for him like in Brea and Irvine and stuff, right?
Okay.
And dude, like Rob consistently eats shit when he's doing these gigs, right?
Oh, they just want the celebrity, man.
And dude, like he says every time when he starts eating shit, every single show, someone in the audience, some heckler goes, "You can do it." And it gets him every time, dude.
Oh, that sucks.
So fucking funny to me, dude. Like,
I mean, how bad do you need $40, Earl? That's depressing.
I don't know, man. To be able to see that 2 shows a night, Thursday through Sunday. I don't know, man. I might be down to sign up for that pretty cheap myself.
Man, I do wish that somebody would hold Lorne Michaels' foot to the flame with the SNL 50th anniversary, all the self-filleting bullshit they've done the last couple of months.
Oh God, yeah.
Of like, somebody should add up the amount of screen time that everybody was given. Like, I want to know. I get AI on it. I want to know the number of minutes to the second that everyone who was ever on SNL had on screen on that show. And it should be proportionate to that at the 50th anniversary celebration, because boy, we lost out on a lot of fucking Rob Schneider and a lot of Victoria Jackson and a lot
Ellen
of
Cleghorn.
Ellen Cleghorn was in every other fucking sketch when she was up. I don't think she's like crazy right wing. I'm saying the people that have like lost their minds that Lauren turned his back on, who were fucking dog shit in the first place. What's his name?
About Victoria Jackson. Didn't she do
Mango? She's crazy. She's fully fucking crazy.
Yeah, didn't she do like a Fox News show or something like that though?
Maybe they probably have had her on. I don't know. Just because like if they can attach Hollywood to her, then it's like, see, even someone who lives in the devil's semen pile knows that things are bad. He should have been legally required to throw fucking Mango up there for a few minutes to speak his mind.
Dude, yeah, that would be a lot of fun. You haven't seen him working in a while. You know what's funny is him and Will Ferrell, and that was it'd be really funny if they did Night at the Roxbury too now. Like,
dude, have you seen it? He's like, there's something. It's incredible. That would be a great project, and I would fund it personally. Like, he's really fucked up. Like, he seems completely fried.
Well, that's a lot of fun. And I got another fun thing for us right here, because I don't know if you know this, but I'm involved in a game called Photo Finish Live, which is a real degen horse racing video game where you like actually kind of own these like blockchain horses that can breed and have certain traits.
Yeah, I remember you talking about this.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. Me and my buddy Ryan, we partnered up on it, and we actually have a show coming out. I think it'll be like late March, early April on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network covering this. And like, it's pretty cool because it's made by the guys who did like Madden and like Tiger Woods golf for EA Sports and all this stuff. So it's like expert video game developers doing this, and it's insane amount of fun, really cool community. But like they're doing a deal coming up here with a big event in Japan, where Japan actually is the largest, like gambling wise, horse racing country. Like they bet on horses there more than any other country, like by far. Something like 4 points, like it's dude, because I know the yen, it's weird, but it was something like crazy, like 47 trillion yen a year in Japan. Like,
okay,
I don't know what the exchange rate is, but that's got to be a lot.
It feels high. Yeah,
47 trillion of anything is a big number. Like,
sure.
Like, so I decided I'm want to name some of my horses Japanese names as a way to,
all right.
And so I want us to try and think of some Japanese names right now that are not horribly racist. You know, it's gonna be hard. Okay.
Okay. Sure. These are for horses.
These are for horses. So like
now, I'm not a big
This isn't the rodeo. This isn't some equestrian fucking tap dance bullshit. This is fucking racing. It's men.
Right. Now, I don't know a lot about horse racing, but I do know they tend to have names that are like Papa's Biscuit or whatever, that are like, it's not like a proper name. Right. Yeah.
That, a lot of times. Yeah. But sometimes like cause I've done this with some of mine. Sometimes they do just name them after somebody. It'll be like, they'll have a horse just named like Ellen Burstyn. And you're like, wait, the 80s character actor?
Okay.
Interesting one, you know, like, so you get some interesting ones. I name a lot of my horses like like the last season, I named a bunch fucking after casinos.
Okay.
You know, I'll kind of just pick a theme for a season and just kind of go to town with them. I've named some after friends. I named one after my old stand-up show, Bowser's Castle. That's actually become one of our better breeders. He's a stud. Dude. And speaking of hitting the stud market, I just put a horse named Nick Rutherford in the stud market. So,
oh hell yeah!
So but yeah. So I know Tony Barbieri, legendary.
You know Tony?
I met him a couple times at the Comedy Store stuff, but know we're Facebook friends, and I know his burner Facebook account is named Hiroshima Nagasaki, so that might be a good one. But see,
I wonder what the fucking story is behind that.
I don't want to piss off these potential Japanese buyers with naming Hiroshima Nagasaki. Yeah. That might bring up some rough imagery.
Okay, here's one. I was just looking up Japanese movies, which this isn't, but that's kind of exactly the point. If you had a good white horse and you name it The Last Samurai.
It's funny
that's a Tom Cruise reference.
Yeah,
Tom Cruise reference.
But there is a horse. One of the best studs in the game is named Samurai, and I actually have several of his kids. And
Okay.
I normally when I have Samurai kids, I will name them after Kurosawa films.
Sure.
Because why wouldn't you? You know. So I have like Drunken Angel and Yojimbo, stuff like that.
Okay. Euro Dreams of Sushi.
But yeah, see, like I want to like Ichiro Suzuki, you know, the baseball player who just got voted into the Hall of Fame. That might be a good one. But like, yeah, so yeah, like yeah, that's the thing is like, what's something fun? Subway. How do you say Subway suicide? Japanese.
Right. Yeah. Future sashimi. Do they eat horse sashimi? Does anyone do that?
I'm not sure.
Could be like a bad horse that's not doing very well. He's future sashimi.
Sashimi is actually a great name. That's
bringing up the end. Future sashimi.
That's going on the list. I like. Okay. Also, I like the alliteration. The
alliteration.
Isn't sashimi sushi
future? No, I'm saying future sashimi. Like you're going to eat the horse.
Oh.
He's not doing well. This would be a horse that's not doing well.
Okay.
I'm going for jokes here, man, not just fucking references.
Yeah, so like the Japanese are fine people. I really don't want to
we're trying to attract them. We're hoping
we want to get money. So like I'm trying to think of something like big in Japan. I should have probably done a little more research on the island nation of how do you like wax on, wax off in Japanese.
Now, was Karate Kid a hit over there? I could see it having been one, but I have no idea.
You know, I'm going to go out on a limb and say yes. And the only reason I'm saying that is because they shot the sequel in Japan.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm guessing that if the first one wasn't, I'm sure the second one had some kind of following there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You know what the underrated Karate Kid film is the third one.
With what's her name from
no Hilary Swank. No, not that one.
No, that's not the third one.
No, it's still got Ralph Macchio, and it's when like the Cobra Kai, like the fucking that dude, the head guy, his buddy from Nam comes back, and they pull a scheme together, and they put together the scheme to ruin Ralph Macchio's like confidence in the karate. It's like two Vietnam vets getting together to take down a high school karate.
I do not remember this at all.
Okay, you definitely need to watch this one, dude, because it is incredible. You know what?
On my Karate Kid 3?
Yeah, on my Patreon, I'm going to be doing a movie recap episodes, and we'll both watch this upcoming, and we'll do a recap for the Patreon of Karate Kid 3. I definitely want your take on two Vietnam vets taking down a fucking.
Yeah, dude, I definitely did not see this, and I don't remember it existing.
Dude, no, it's great, dude. It's so funny, dude. And it's like,
oh, so it was technically the fourth one is right. Interesting. That's crazy. I would have thought that was the third.
Yeah. So yeah, because there's a trilogy of and then you have like Cobra Kai, and like they actually brought this guy back from Cobra Kai to basically redo that storyline of these two old codgers fucking with high school kids. It's fucking great, dude.
Weird. I had never seen Cobra Kai. You know who's in the next Karate Kid, the Hilary Swank one, is Walton Goggins.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude. Oh my God. I got to go watch that one now too, dude, just to see Gog.
I'm sure I never saw it. 1994. Yeah, there's no way.
Is there a better TV character actor than Walton Goggins?
No, probably not. No.
Like, yeah, he's on
even in like shit. I never really got that into. I was never a big. I tried, but I was never a big. What's the fucking show?
The Shield.
I watched probably 2 seasons of The Shield, and it was like, okay, I get it. Like, but he's incredible.
I like The Shield. I like the first season's really. I love that episode on The Shield where there's the Lakers are playing some team and they fucking.
Yeah,
hostage in his fucking
smoking
weed in his buddy's pad, so they keep him hostage so they can bet against bet against him that night. Like,
yeah, that was good. I probably should jump back into it. I started watching it probably during the pandemic. Of just like, here's a thing with 1 million episodes I never saw.
I mean, dude, he's also great on Justified.
That's what I was trying to think of. He's so good, but I just couldn't get into it. And I love the fucking main guy in Justified normally.
Oh, Timothy the Elephant. Yeah, dude. Yeah,
but in Justified, I don't know. He just seemed a little fucking soft in that. I don't know.
You know what I need to get back and rewatch is Deadwood, because I've totally forgot Bosch. Titus Welliver is in Deadwood.
Oh, I've never seen Bosch, but I know who that guy is. Dude, all of these are shows that I watched a little bit of and just kind of like, I'll tell you when I fell off. I'll tell you exactly when I fell off with Deadwood was the introduction of Calamity Jane, because obviously I hate women. No, she was just so fucking cartoonish. She was like suddenly like Yosemite Sam showed up in a show that was like very dark and like, I'm a rootin' tootin' gunslinging brr. I couldn't fucking hang after that.
Yeah, no, that was pretty bad. You know what? Like that, dude. Everybody talks about the great HBO shows like Sopranos and Wire, but there's been some fucking clunk dogs over the years. Like, I could never get into like Carnival. That was fucking
weird.
Like,
no.
Like, yeah,
I think I watched one episode.
Yeah,
I mean, honestly, dude, a lot of it's dog shit.
Yeah.
Sopranos, I don't care.
I'm a big Sopranos guy.
I kind of get it, but then like when you see him in therapy, I'm like, oh, I'd rather die than watch this, or him like hanging out with his fucking kids. No,
actually, I have the soundboard bite for that.
Cunnilingus and psychiatry brought us to this.
Tony Soprano himself.
There you go. It's like any scene in Barry with his acting group. I'm like, I don't know. Let's get back to the Chechens and fucking murdering people. I don't want to see your acting. Yeah. I don't need the like, oh, isn't it crazy that it's like, no, just give me Stephen Root and the fucking crazy bald guy Hank.
Yeah, and some little Henry Winkler. One of the girls in his acting class in that show, I was in a Sundance short with years ago. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, check out how with Beck Bennett, a former SNL cast member. We had Conan had a cameo. I didn't get to be on set with Conan that day. I was in a different part of it. So
Conan has almost never acted. He's suddenly getting acting work, which is funny. What the fuck was it?
How to Lose Weight in 4 Easy Steps. It was based on.
I worked at Jash when that was put out because we like partnered with releasing it somehow.
Yeah, I was in that.
I don't think I knew you then, and I definitely don't remember Conan being in that. That's crazy.
Yeah, I played one of Beck's coworkers in that like had to describe to him his girlfriend that was cheating on him, or
Oh shit, that's fucking wild. I mean that thing was for a short that was huge.
Yeah, dude, it was crazy because like that was one of those things where it went so viral. I had people I hadn't heard from in like 30 years reaching out to me going, "Hey, I saw you in that thing."
Yeah. Trust me, things don't even have to go that viral for some people.
Yeah,
I saw you in the background of a. Shut up, leave me alone.
Fuck off. Yeah, dude. They paid me like $150 for a fucking 6-hour shoot or whatever. Fuck off. It wasn't that cool.
Yeah. Beck was barely like nobody gave a shit about him at that point.
No.
That kind of like helped him.
I do too. Yeah, and it was funny because my buddy Ben, I got cast in that because my buddy directed it, Ben Berman. And it's funny because when I showed up to the set for my call time, Beck came over, gave me a big hug because like I used to live around the block from when him and Kyle and Nick all had that house together in Echo Park.
Okay.
And dude, I would drink with them like every night. Like I was,
no shit. I was only ever friendly with Nick. I met Kyle Mooney in passing. I think I never met Beck, but
we would hang out over there a lot, and they would always throw parties and stuff. And so, it was so Beck came over and Ben just goes, "Wait, you know my star?" And I'm like, "Yeah, dude, we're old friends. I've been doing comedy for a while, man."
That's crazy. I got to dig that up.
Yeah, I know fucking people. All right, so dude, this is okay. This is the part I've been looking forward to more than anything. I have an incredible local news story here in Vegas.
All right, hit me.
And I need to start doing these more because, like, seriously, there are just some beauties coming out of this city, dude. There's just absolute insanity. But this one I felt was right up your alley for this. Okay, this is off Las Vegas locally. Las Vegas gun store manager Debbie Walker has been arrested after allegedly embezzling over $160,000 from Discount Firearms and Ammo to cover gambling debts. According to police reports, she lost $353,000 at Station Casino properties. Now, part of the reason I really wanted to share this with you.
Oh, station.
We went to a station.
Yes.
When you were in town.
That's right? The OJ one, right?
Yes, Palace Station.
Hell yeah.
I actually used to work, my old company was right around the block from this fucking the gun store she worked at. I have used their indoor range there. I am pretty sure she's like, I looked her up, she's like in her 60s. I am almost positive she has sold me like Osama bin Laden and like Kim Jong-un shooting range targets to fire off 9mm.
That's incredible.
So,
I'm trying to get eyes on this bitch.
Yeah.
I love it. That's such a like fucking the Las Vegas version of Owning Mahoney. Did you ever see Owning Mahoney? Great fucking movie. You should watch it. It's about a gambling addict who works at a bank in New York and New Jersey, played by Philip Seymour Hoffman. So it's the best. And his whole thing is he's like, I'm pretty sure I've got like gambling down. So every Friday afternoon, he takes $100,000 or whatever out of the fucking vault because he also works first thing Monday morning. He thinks he can turn it into $1 million over the weekend in Atlantic City. And it works for like a couple of weeks, but then fucking obviously it starts to take a turn. And so it's just this dude into the bank that he works at for like $500,000, but it's a way better version. And it's this woman that works at fucking Discount Ammo and Liquor or whatever the hell that place is called. Thinks she can just empty out the till and run over to the casino real quick and fucking double her money and put it back in.
All right. So I got the local Channel 8 News, CBS, KLAS article on this up. Because this really made me laugh because like a former man, blah, blah, blah. We already kind of went over that in the fucking one thing, but like, okay. Walker, who resigned. Okay. The investigation began when an employee determined at least $120,000 was missing, police said. Walker resigned around the time the employee made the police report, worked as a manager for about a decade and handled cash as part of her duties, police said. Part of her job included moving cash and checks, counting down money stored in the safe, and keeping track of deposits. Now, just the idea of someone stealing from a gun store is perfect.
Yeah.
Like I mean, you would think that's the worst place to rob, but not if it's an inside job. All right. As part of their investigation, police reviewed a station casino player's card in Walker's name, which showed a loss of $353,000. Police suspect the gambling losses are tied to the alleged theft, writing, and court documents. The excessive gambling play and loan debts are signs of living outside her personal financial boundaries. So,
yep. You think?
I, as a regular patron of station casinos, I am a huge fan. I live right by Santa Fe Station. I go there all the time. I love the their sports book, but not only that, they have Stallone's Italian Eatery in the sports book. One of the best pizza, like Italian sandwich spots in all of Vegas. Oh yeah, dude. We'll go, dude. It's fucking fantastic food there. They have garlic knot sliders, like meatball, chicken, and veal, dude. They're fucking amazing, dude.
Okay.
All right. So as though a big station guy, I had to immediately, because I was like, man, I'm only a gold card member there, which is the second tier up. You start at preferred. And I was like, dude, I guarantee you she had to be at chairman level. And so that's that's where immediately my brain went on the story was, what's her player reward level at? And so
you got to figure it's pretty high. It's churning that kind of cash there.
Preferred, gold, then platinum, then president, then chairman. Okay. So now I can kind of break it down here. On slots, $1 gets you 3 credits, and you need 300,000 credits to get the chairman. So if it's slots or video video poker, $1 is 1 credit. Bingo, $1 1 credit. Race and sports, $1 1 credit. But like a parimutuel race, like a horse race, $1 is 10 credits. $1 is 15 credits for live keno. Okay. Now, what I'm thinking is, let's just say conservatively she was doing slots and video poker, like half and half. So, dude, she was up probably around 600,000, 700,000 player points, which is very impressive for this, I think. It's incredible, like, to be honest with you. And
imagine if it was slots. Imagine if she was like, I think I can beat slots.
You know, I actually do know a little slot hack, but it's like you can't do it every time. But there's a certain machine that has a free game counter, and when people like locals all know about it. So you'll never see a local get up. But sometimes with the tourists, I'm like downtown or whatever, I always like kind of stalk the tourists playing this machine, because once the free game counter gets above like it's called Rich Little Piggies, it gets up to like 21, 23. There's also Rich Little Hens. It's like the same game, but like they fatten up the more. So it's like you let someone literally fatten up a pig for you can slaughter it. And dude, like the one time I was at a fucking casino where this like the actual fucking thing came up for me to be able to do, I fucking just sat there. There's this guy, he just looked like the biggest tweaker loser ever. And I just sat there behind, like 15 feet behind him, smoking a cigar, letting him fat up the piggy. I waited for him to get up. I put $20 in and immediately won $120.
Nice. Adomian's got one. He has one like slot machine that he's obsessed with, because he claims there's one little trick that he can fucking win. I can't remember what the story is or what the
but this one basically, if someone's playing it long enough before you, the free games will make it worth it on it. But it's got to be at a certain number. Like 19 is good.
And they just don't notice that they're like earning these free games and they walk away.
Yeah, and then once you hit that, like on the thing, you start getting all like just rolls and rolls and rolls. And like, dude, when I did it, I was like one thing away from the $3,500 jackpot and one thing away from the $19,000 jackpot. I almost walked with 25 grand on that one. Walked with $120, but yeah, it's like you basically have to let someone fatten it up for you. Like, because I was in there, like I was in Santa Fe Station last week, and I saw a lady. She was at 26. I was at the highest I've ever seen it, and she's just deadbeat focused. I was like, yeah, she's the one who fattened that up. She's not going to get any value really off that. But if she got up and I sat down there, bam, like there's a way bigger opportunity for me there. Right.
Okay. Well, hey, maybe that's Debbie's game.
It's called slot sniping, and it's a fucking savvy veteran move here at a casino. But yeah, dude, just robbing a gun store is fucking so boss. Dude.
It's great. It's fucking great.
10 out of 10.
It's also funny that she quit first. Yeah, nice work, Debbie. I was trying to find her. That's a pretty cool gun store, dude.
Hey, they have machine guns there and shit. You can fucking rent and fucking fire off like an AK-47.
Oh, it's one of those, yeah.
Yeah, they don't fuck around, dude. Like, dude, one time I was in there and like they're like, all right, everybody, make sure your earplugs and stuff are in and all that. We're shooting a 50 caliber, and dude, it was fucking boom. I was like, that is insane, badass. Because this is a pro gun show, everybody. You're like, oh, it's got some crazy leftist. Damn right, just like the Black Panthers, I strap up.
We've got all these fun left-wing militias now, and like, not like they're patrolling the streets, but like I've heard about these groups that are like, we want to train all the fucking people that were Bernie bros 4 years ago or 8 years ago into like strapped up fucking liberals. It's like it's great.
I mean, I know Bernie was like actually a gun guy, because you kind of have to be in Vermont. Like that's fucking one of the biggest gun owning states, I think, in the country, right?
Oh, sure. I mean, I'm from New England. Everybody had guns, but we didn't have AR-15s. I mean, my family didn't have guns, but it was everybody had a hunting rifle in the house, except for literally my dad.
My parents met at a gun range. My dad was like a fucking competitive shotgun trap and skeet shooter.
Right, yeah.
So like, yeah, I grew up around guns. Dude, I used to make shotgun shells with my dad in the for his tournaments in the fucking garage with him. Like, sure. So yeah, and that's the thing is, I get it. For people that didn't grow up around guns, like I get like why most keep arm's length, but it's like for me, it's like
we shot guns at summer camp when I was like fucking 6 years old.
I think they have a thing against that on YouTube, so I am not going to pull out a 9mm right now and cock it back and dry fire it. That might not be the best idea.
Just kiss it. Just give it a little kiss.
Yeah. I sleep next to it every night. It makes me feel good. God damn it.
No one else lurking in the bushes outside your place lately?
No. And if they does, I'll blow his fucking dick off. I told Dave Raw, he was just on a couple weeks ago, and I told him the story about that. And it also came up how when I worked at 7-Eleven, there was a guy jacking off outside that I saw, but it was funny because he was like right behind the lotto machine. So it was completely, I could see what he was doing, but I couldn't see any of the actual activity. So I was able to kind of look at him and flip him off. Like, it didn't bother me because I didn't see any jack in it. But Dave was like, man, you have a lot of guys jacking off at you in your life. It's like, well, when you look this good,
it just means you're living right.
Yeah, man. Like, yeah. Sorry, you're a buzzkill, Dave. No, I got another good story. Got to get another local story. This is this isn't as good. The gun store is the winner. I'm not gonna lie. And I was like, should I do this one first originally? But I just wanted to make everybody aware of this. That Acqua di Cristallo, the 30-foot tall water sculpture in the lobby of the Palazzo, it's right over there. Like, it's basically part of the Venetian, right? It's 2 hotels, but they're connected. Palazzo's pretty cool too. I've been there a few times. Steakhouse there. They used to have this fucking steakhouse that was amazing, and they swapped it out for a different one. But I digress. Dude, this 30-foot water sculpture is going up for auction. It went up for auction yesterday. Bid start at $5,000. Look, everybody, dude. I feel like please. I normally wouldn't beg this much for my Patreon, but dude, if we can get 5,000 people donating to my Patreon right now is at $1 a month. Okay. We get 5,000 subscribers at $1 a month. Okay. That's the opening bid. I'll probably need to do a little bit more, but we can start there and I can finance the rest for the bid. And if knowing that I got subscribers for the next few months and like, hey, I'll crank that bid up to 25K and I will buy a 30-foot fucking water sculpture from the Palazzo. Okay.
Wait, what's it called again?
It's called Acqua di Cristallo. Acqua di Cristallo. Hey, I'm Giuseppe. I go pee-pee in the Acqua di Cristallo. See, I can do that because I'm part Italian. I can That's not racist because my grandma's Sicilian. So, hello, my name is Enzo. My name is Enzo. I come to America to buy the water fountain.
Okay, I'm seeing it. Yeah, it's pretty fucking hideous. I like this plan. Now, where are you going to put a 30-foot water sculpture?
See, this is like I don't really have a location for it yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay,
but I think out here in Vegas, plenty of fucking just empty plots of land.
Sure.
That aren't that much. So especially out by my work, because I work like 25, 30 miles outside the city.
Okay.
So I'm thinking I can buy, there's a business park going up over there. And I can like, hey, you guys want to have a fucking attraction out here for your business park? Got me a 30-foot fucking water sculpture.
Well, wait, this went up for auction yesterday. Have you checked on it?
No, I haven't actually. I mean, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford it.
Oh, I found it. Here we go. Let's see where it's at. Oh, it did not sell. The reserve price was not met, and the final bid was $15,750.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's still available, but they didn't get the price they were looking for.
Yeah. Okay. It'd be funny too to like take that thing and like, I don't know. I mean, okay, if I had the money, if I was like crazy rich, I would obnoxiously put it like right next to Flappers Comedy Club just to piss them off.
I have, you know what I want to put right next to Flappers Comedy Club is just a bunch of permanently installed outdoor ashtrays because it's illegal to smoke in the streets of Burbank.
Yeah, so stupid.
I don't even smoke it. I think that's fucking whack.
Yeah, like come on. Especially and especially if you're going to open a comedy club, you don't do it in fucking Burbank because one thing comedians do is smoke outside the fucking club and talk to each other.
Yeah. Yep.
Dear God, me and Cornell used to always have a thing where we would say like if it was someone that we knew was going to bomb, we would call them sig break comics.
Sure. Yeah.
Like,
no, I mean that's.
You see, like, hey, who's up next? And we just look at each other. Hey, sig break.
Yeah. Well, and if you're if you're at Flappers and you can't even fucking smoke, that's a lot of cig break comics with no cigs.
Yeah, no, dude,
it's like dog shit.
I have a.
It's like the absolute fucking worst, and then like 5 great LA comics who seem to only perform there when they're in town, like Jackie and Augie Smith or fucking Jimmy Pardo, like only fucking goes up there.
Well, and like, it's weird that Jackie's always going out. She must like live really.
That's convenient. Oh yeah. She lives really close to me in Van Nuys.
Okay,
and they've put the time in. They can get a headlining spot and do a weekend show, and I get it. Then also the booker's not that fucking turd that used to be there when I was doing it.
Okay, so they blocked me on Twitter and stuff.
Yeah, I think same.
Yeah, because I really went off on them once because. So years ago, the couple that Dave and Barbara that own Flappers, and if you guys want to really get into the lore of Flappers, go back and listen on iTunes and Spotify, the episode with Brendan Cooney, where Flappers actually fucking went back and listened. I know they lit like the head creative guy there or whatever was like, I listened to you on Scott Bowser's podcast, and so because basically Cooney finished 3rd in their script writing contest, and his whole script sitcom pilot was about Barbara, the owner, taking a shit in the toilet there that clogged up the pipes of all of Burbank. and like, okay. and he finished 3rd. And I was like, well, you know what that means? That means 3 people fucking entered that contest. Like,
sure.
There's no way they're giving.
I didn't know that Flappers had a screenwriting competition. They should.
There's a pilot writing. Yeah.
Well, that's what they do best over there is write pilots at that fucking chicken finger restaurant / comedy club.
Since we're on the no-fly, I mean, it used to be a macaroni grill. If we're on the no-fly list for them, we should enter their next contest.
They definitely don't know who the fuck I am anymore. There was a booker there that was a turd that I didn't like years ago. And
they definitely don't know who the fuck either. Okay, so the couple Barbara and Dave, they fucking owned, or they used to run some shitty contest at the Ice House, right?
Sure.
And one time it was me and my buddy Ben Cavett, and he was like, hey, let's go fucking sign up for this. It's basically a way to get up at an open mic. Like, people bring people for it to vote for them. We don't need to fucking do it, So we went and did this mic. They brought me back, and they were like, oh yeah, you come back for the next round of the contest or whatever. You won. And I'm like, all right, cool. And so then I came back. And on that one, like, I didn't have a car at the time or something, or I think I just wanted to get hammered because I was like, I going to Pasadena to do something. It's a pain in the ass,
Sure.
So my brother and our friend that grew up across the street from us came to pick me up, and the 3 of us went. And then my roommate and his girlfriend were hanging out, and they're like, hey, what are you guys doing? I'm like, oh, I'm going to do something at the Ice House. They're like, oh, we'll go. So I actually had 4 people show up with me, and that was enough to make me win the next thing, the next round.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. I won like a cash prize and like a bucket of fries or whatever. And then I had to come back and do their big bringer finals in the main room there. And I was the only person that didn't bring a single soul. And I killed. And it was so funny. I didn't like do well in the contest because but as I was outside smoking a cig after, and dude, like half the fucking audience walked by and went, dude, you were my favorite by far, but I had to vote for my friend because I came to see that.
Sure.
And I'm like, oh, I get it, dude. Like I was aware of how much better I did than everybody in that room, like.
Right.
You know how those fucking like bringer contests are. It's like a bunch of like soccer moms. I'm gonna try stand up and get all the other moms to come. It's.
I've never done one, but yes,
yeah, and like it was like disgusting. I didn't want to do it, but like and I didn't fucking promote it. I don't fucking care. But
no, they're fucking embarrassing.
It's and so, but this fucking experience I had put me on the list for when these guys opened up Flappers. I was one of their past comics out the gate. Okay. So then fast forward, Flappers opens. Me and Cornell, we were on Patrick Melton's Nobody Likes Onions podcast, and he lived in Burbank and recorded there. And me and Cornell were hanging out. I was like, hey, you want to go to the bar after this and fucking get fucked up? He's like, yeah, but I got to stop at Flappers first. I'm doing a spot on Paul Morrissey show. I'm like, all right, cool. I like Paul. And I looked at the lineup, and it was like John Huck and Eli Braid and like a bunch of friends. And I was like, oh, cool. Yeah. I'm not going to fucking watch the show, but like, it was in the Yoo-Hoo room or whatever. I'm like, but I'll hang out at the bar and drink because I'm a comic. And that's what comics do at fucking comedy clubs. We don't fucking sit in there like a goddamn fucking.
Well, it's important to point out to people that don't know the Yoo-Hoo room is 50 people tops.
Yeah. It's a tiny little room.
It's not like you can hang out in the back pace around and get drink. Like you have to be sitting in a seat and it sucks. It's fucking terrible.
And I don't like sitting and watching comedy shit. Like, it
fucking blows.
I don't know how people do it. Like, to be honest with you.
It's terrible.
And I mean, this is a line of all people I like too. I mean,
sure.
But so I was like, so I go in there and like, oh, you need to get a ticket. I'm like, well, I'm just going to the bar. I'm here with my friends that are on the show, and I'm just literally gonna spend fucking $30 at your bar right now.
The bar's in a separate fucking room. Like, you should be able to just go in there and spend money.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in here and spend money for you guys, or whatever. And like, no, and they sat there and hemmed and hawed with me and all this stuff. And then finally, like, I'm like, fine, I'll buy the fucking ticket,
Yeah.
so I go and I start going through it, and then they're like, okay, we need your email address. And then I give them the email address. I'm like, oh, you're actually a past comic here. You get 50% off the show. I was like,
50, fuck off. Like, Jesus Christ.
Insult ever. And then they gave me like a seating pass to be seated. And I was just like, dear God, this is the fucking burn this fucking place down.
It's the worst.
The seating pass. I fucking never gave it. I obviously never used it. And I kept it as a fucking joke. I have it somewhere.
You were supposed to like hand that to the server to seat you.
To the person, the door, whatever.
Right.
And so then I just went to the bar, got fucked up, whatever. And then so fast forward, I don't know. I was doing some shit, and I Googled I was Googling myself for some reason.
Classic.
And okay. Was passed at the Improv too, but I fucking produced a show there in the fucking annex room or whatever it was called for a little bit.
Yeah.
And like I performed at the Improv, dude, and they always gave me the comic prices at the bar because I was supposed to. The Improv knew it. Hey, they didn't charge me at the door, and they fucking give me, the comic prices at the bar. Like you're supposed to fucking pass comics at your comedy club.
Sure.
Like dear God. And I saw Flappers had a fucking performer profile for me on there. Like I was like one of the regulars. And so I was piss ass drunk, and I tweeted at them until they fucking took it down and blocked me.
That's great. Was this back when fucking Richie was the booker? That's the guy.
Might have been. And this is like, this is a while. This is over 10 years ago, probably.
Yeah. I bet it was.
And I'll never forget. I was fucking going to and this is back when I had like Twitter linked to my Facebook, so it was going on both feeds.
Sure.
And people are just like, and I remember like, I was like, fucking, you don't take it down. Like, fucking, I'll never come to your fucking place. And I remember Riley Silverman popped on there and was like, well, I don't think they're ever going to have you there. Like, you're burning a bridge. And I'm like, yeah, good. Burn the fucking place down. Don't just burn the bridge, burn the whole fucking establishment.
Burn the whole fucking thing. Yeah, that place is not
them.
Good. Not good.
And so, but then their site was down for like a week after that because apparently I caused some waves there. And so, my war on Flappers. And then when I saw Brendan Cooney start doing it, where he was tweeting at them nonstop to the point where like his entire Twitter feed is almost just Flappers jokes now, which is very inside LA comedy. But
sure.
Yeah, dude. So fuck Barbara, fuck Dave. It was so funny because me and him, like literally on the show, we called, like, what did I call them? I called them like, because they're like travel agents, and like their whole thing is like they run the club to try and get comics cruise ship gigs and take a piece of the action.
Oh, is that real? I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's like a big part of their fucking racket. Like they're just leeches, dude.
Also, the fact that they have like, if you haven't been there, and if you're listening, I hope you haven't. They have like a half measure dress code for the staff. Like it's called Flappers, and you're like kind of supposed to dress like it's the Roaring 20s, but it's so
lame.
Like you either got to go for that or fucking not do it at all. And I haven't been there in so long. I don't know.
Yeah, because there's that one place over on Vine, like off like Vine and Fountain, Sassafras or whatever, and it's like like a old timey speakeasy, and they all wear like, and they nail the fucking aesthetic, like
right. Sure.
You said you have to go all out when you're doing something like that. Yeah, but like on that episode, me and Cooney were literally calling like Barbara and Dave like fucking weird fucking like human trafficking sex fucking slave masters or whatever. And the guy Cooney his big gripe. He's like, I listened to you on Scott Bowser's podcast, and their big gripe with it was we had more people enter the contest, not all these horrible things we said about those people. It was us making the amount of entries they got in their contest, dude.
Dude, do you know about the other like weird, maybe human trafficking comedy club in the Valley?
Shaky Town Live, or remember that
I don't
one?
even remember the name of it. And I don't even know if it's still around. I'll look this up before I
because I know Haha Cafe moved down the street, and then the old Haha Cafe became a place called Shaky Town Cafe.
Oh, I don't know. So it might be Haha. I gotta look this up before I disparage anybody.
Did you ever perform there?
And I'll send you a link. No, God, no. I've never, like, other than Flappers, I never.
I did a gig there once, and it was like, I don't know. The lineup was like fucking. What's his name was on there? Nick Novicki. I don't know if you know him. The little.
No, I know the name.
Okay. He's really funny, and he's cool. I'm cool with. He's a great guy. He was on Sopranos actually.
Okay.
Dude, and like Neil Brennan was on there. Neil Brennan's such a fucking insufferable prick. He's such a fucking douchebag. And like I want to say I followed him, and it was basically like that crowd was like, wait, this guy didn't write for Chappelle's show. And like just hated me, dude.
Sure, yeah.
That fucking hated me there, and I never went back. So that's
better off.
Sometimes you just got to do a one-off at a comedy club and realize this one's not for me.
Oh, I'd pretty much be good never setting foot in a comedy club for the rest of my life. They're fine with it too. I love a bar show, man. I love a fucking zero stakes LA bar show.
I mean, yeah, those are always a good time. I haven't done stand-up in like over 7 years now. I just fucking do this shit. I can write the same kind of jokes, do it on the air. Fuck it. Have someone to riff with. Yeah, it
pays as well.
I don't got to. Yeah, it pays as well. Actually it pays better.
Yeah.
And I don't have to leave my fucking house. That's
bad.
The worst thing is like, hey, you want to come out to Santa Monica to do fucking 7 minutes on a fucking? No, I don't actually.
No, I'm always talking to Troy Walker about spots he does around town. He's like, oh, dude, there's this fucking aquarium in Long Beach. I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not driving to fucking Long Beach to open an aquarium.
One time I did a show in Venice because it was like, I had a friend there I wanted to visit or whatever. So I was like, oh, I might as well do the gig. You know, it was something like that, right?
Sure.
So I go out there to do it. And the guy that's hosting, I don't know. When I saw the flyer, it was like 8 comics on it, right? And I keep like, and I'm there. I got there, but I told the guy, I'm like, hey man, I gotta like one of these guys give me a ride home. I live on the other side of town. I live on the east side. Like, you know, when am I going up? He's like, well, I have like 6 more drop-ins than you. And there had already been like 7, like 8, 9 comics before me. And I was like, no.
I'm good.
These drop-ins are walking the audience first off. I'm like, you don't know. Okay, you need to give the guys who are booked on this thing fucking priorities. Like, well, you're my headliner. I'm like, no, I'm not your headliner. Dude,
never good. No one wants to be the headliner in LA.
Show with 15 fucking people. First off, okay. Just I'm all. You need to get me up in the next like 1 or 2. I've never done that before. Ever. I've never bullied a host like that before. But on this particular time, I was like, yeah, no. It's whoever you told is next, and then I'm after them.
Yeah. Yeah, I get it, man. That's not how you run a fucking show.
No, it's horrible. I was actually, even though I don't do stand-up anymore, I was thinking about doing producing maybe like a quarterly show out here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just get some booze buddies to drive out from LA and we'll get fucked up for the weekend. I'll throw them a spot with a few bucks, dude. Like,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, if you found the right spot, it might be worth it.
I think that's the thing is a friend of the show, Colby Dant, one of his old friends that he grew up with in DC, owns a bar downtown, and I might be able to make that work. So.
Oh yeah, nice.
Yeah. But anyway, I think we're all about out of time here today, dude. Bryan, thank you so much for fucking joining the show here.
Yeah, man. Thanks for having me back. I'm still on Twitter for some reason at Bryan Cooking. You'll see me. Yeah, you'll see me post next to nothing every 2 weeks. But other than that, Bryan Cooking on Instagram. I use that even less. Good luck, you know. I fucking find me if you're in LA. Maybe I'll be on a show.
Yeah, and you can go back and check out his old pod, Competitive Erotic Fan Fiction, which was a live show at a bar in LA. One of the best shows that ever existed in the history of the city, as far as I'm concerned. That's not me ball walking. Legit one I enjoyed going to every month when you did it. It was a fucking great show.
You were always there. Those are up. Tons of great comics on those. I did one in Denver last summer. I hadn't done it in like 5 or 6 years. I do a one-off every now and then. Most of it's if I'm somewhere I feel like doing it and that has a venue that I like. And right now in LA, boy, that's a big no in both of those fucking categories. So a lot of great comics in LA. The venues are fucking miserable here, and there's nowhere I feel like dealing with.
Vince Averill hit me up like a couple years ago or whatever, and he was like, do you know a venue? He's like, Burns told me to hit you up. You might know a venue in Vegas for my I Like Wrestling podcast. And it was like the week of WrestleMania or whatever. And I hooked him up with fucking this I actually got him in touch with this venue, and they did a show there. I guess it went great, but it's actually a really cool venue. It's a place called The Nerd. And they have this back showroom. It's like, dude, it's like one of those places that has like 3 bowling lanes, or it's like 4 bowling lanes. And then like it's like a big arcade, and there's like a big mechanical penis that's in the middle of the room. Like people ride like a mechanical bull. Sure. I saw an old man, like so trash. He's like, I'm gonna ride the dick. And I'm like, oh, I can't wait. And they have like little mini bleachers in front of the dick riding thing. And I was like, oh, I got myself a fucking posted up and see me and my girlfriend, and then my friend Evan Vest from Humboldt Comic, him and his girlfriend Brandy, they're in town. And so the 4 of us went to this dude, and like, I mean, you have to sign the waiver and all that to ride the dick. And this guy gets on there, and they take it real easy on him because he's so trash and he's old. And they're like, yeah, we're gonna kill this guy. And so like it's in this like inflatable, almost like big pad, kind of thing, you know. And then everyone's like, all right. And they finally he gets off the thing, and everyone's like, whew, dodged a bullet there. He didn't die. And then the second he steps out of the pit, falls flat on his face, and he gets up, and it's just pouring blood down his face. Everyone's like, oh God, no.
Amazing. He's dead now. The last thing he ever did was ride a fucking novelty dick ride.
It was one of the greatest things I've ever seen. I was laughing so hard, everyone's like looking at me like I'm such an asshole, but like, I'm sorry, man. Like, that was too good of a fall. And like I saw it coming a mile away, dude. I was just like, you know, like I don't think he's off the hook yet, dude. He's got
that's phase 1. Phase 2 is dealing with the dizziness and disorientation when you get off of the thing. Fish.
But thank you so much, everybody, for checking it out tonight. You can follow the show at LuckStopsPod on Twitter and Instagram. Make sure you go to MyBookie, Underdog, use our promos. And I keep saying this, but no, I'm almost done with it. LuckStopsHerePodcast.com is coming. Brian, you're gonna love this. You gave me you already gave me a content for it. I don't think you
did.
Yeah, because I'm doing cocktail recipes on there, and one of the first ones is the dry daiquiri that you introduced me to. Which
I didn't invent it, but I did find it.
Yeah, and we don't use that passion syrup or whatever the fuck they want you to use. We're not fucking glorious. We're not a couple of.
Before I die,
not wrong button.
Fuck me a fish.
We're not a couple of
glory hole guys.
Glory hole. So thank you so much, everybody, for checking us out, though. And that'll be coming soon. Make sure if you're watching on YouTube, give us a fucking subscribe, turn the notifications on so you know when we're going live here. And if you're on iTunes or Apple or Spotify, give us a fucking little 5-star ranking and leave a nice little comment. That always helps us out. Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you and keep gambling. There it is.
There you go.
That's how you end it. That's called a dismount, everybody. Thank you so much.
All right, dude.